Welcome to Peace Mind. Welcome to Peace Mind, the home of fascinating book summaries, powerful ideas, and life-changing lessons. Today, we are exploring The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, one of the most influential books ever written about money, behavior, wealth, and human psychology. Most people think money is only about numbers, but according to this book, money is actually about behavior. Why do some people become wealthy and stay wealthy, while others earn huge amounts of money and still struggle financially? Why do emotions destroy financial decisions? And why is controlling your mindset often more important than understanding complicated investing strategies? In this summary, you'll discover why financial success is more about behavior than intelligence, the difference between being rich and being wealthy, why patience creates long-term success, the hidden emotional side of money, and how financial freedom can completely change your life. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. Money is about behavior. Morgan Housel explains that financial success is not necessarily about intelligence. It's about behavior. Some highly educated people make terrible financial decisions. Meanwhile, ordinary people with patience, discipline, and consistency quietly build enormous wealth over time. According to the book, people make financial decisions based on emotions, experiences, fear, ego, and personal history. Money is emotional, and emotions often overpower logic. Two people can receive the exact same financial advice and still behave completely differently because every person has different experiences, fears, ambitions, and beliefs about money. This is why financial decisions are deeply personal. Wealth versus rich. One of the most important lessons in the book is understanding the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich means having a high income or expensive possessions. Wealth means having assets, savings, and freedom that last over time. Many people look rich: luxury cars, designer clothes, huge houses, but true wealth is often invisible. It's the money people don't spend, the investments quietly growing in the background, the savings nobody sees, the financial freedom hidden behind a simple lifestyle. Morgan Housel explains that many people spend money trying to impress others, but truly wealthy people often prioritize freedom over appearance. The power of compounding. One of the strongest ideas in the entire book is compounding. Small, smart decisions repeated consistently over long periods create extraordinary results. This applies to investing, but it also applies to habits, careers, relationships, and personal growth. Most people underestimate the power of time. They want instant success, instant wealth, instant transformation. But wealth usually grows slowly, very slowly, then suddenly. The book explains that consistency matters more than intensity. Small actions repeated for years often create bigger outcomes than short bursts of motivation. The same principle applies to life. Tiny habits, repeated daily, slowly shape your future. People often ignore small improvements because the results are invisible in the beginning. But over time, those improvements compound, and eventually they create massive transformation. Luck and risk. Morgan Housel explains that luck and risk play a huge role in life. Sometimes successful people were also lucky, and sometimes failures were simply unlucky. This does not mean hard work is meaningless. It means we should remain humble. Success is never completely under our control, and failure is not always caused by stupidity. Understanding luck creates empathy. It prevents arrogance during success and hopelessness during failure. Life is unpredictable, and intelligent people prepare for uncertainty instead of pretending it does not exist. This is why flexibility matters. Financial plans should always leave room for unexpected situations, because the future is impossible to predict perfectly. Saving creates freedom. The book repeatedly emphasizes the importance of saving money, not to impress people, but to create freedom. Savings give people flexibility, the ability to make decisions without desperation, the ability to leave toxic situations, the ability to take opportunities. Financial freedom is not only about luxury, it is about control over your life. Morgan Housel argues that one of the greatest benefits of money is the ability to control your time, the freedom to wake up without constant stress, the freedom to spend time with family, the freedom to choose meaningful work instead of survival-based work. That freedom is priceless. People often think money buys expensive things, but in reality, money often buys peace of mind. And peace of mind is one of the most valuable things a human being can possess. The danger of ego destroys wealth. Many people buy things they cannot afford to impress people who do not truly care. Social comparison creates endless dissatisfaction. There will always be someone richer, someone more successful, someone with more status. The chase never ends. This is why the book encourages readers to define success for themselves instead of constantly comparing their lives to others. True financial success is personal, not performative, not based on social media, not based on external approval. Many people silently destroy their future trying to appear successful today. But appearances can be dangerous. Real wealth is often hidden. Long-term thinking. One of the most valuable financial skills is long-term thinking. Most people quit too early. Investors panic during crashes. People abandon goals because progress feels slow. But long-term thinking changes everything. Tiny improvements repeated consistently for years create massive outcomes. Patience becomes a competitive advantage. In a world obsessed with quick results, long-term thinking is rare, and rarity creates power. Morgan Housel explains that surviving long enough is often more important than making brilliant short-term decisions. People who remain patient usually benefit from compounding over time. Consistency beats intensity, again and again. Reasonable beats perfect. Morgan Housel explains that being reasonable is often more important than being perfectly logical. Humans are emotional creatures. Perfect financial strategies fail if emotions eventually destroy discipline. The best financial plan is often the one a person can follow consistently for decades, not the most mathematically perfect plan. Simplicity matters. Consistency matters. Sustainability matters. People frequently search for perfect investing strategies while ignoring emotional discipline. But emotional discipline is often the real secret behind long-term financial success. Understanding enough. One of the deepest lessons in the book is understanding the idea of enough. Some people spend their entire lives chasing more money, more status, more attention, more success. But the chase never satisfies them. The book warns that endless greed can destroy happiness. Knowing when you already have enough is one of the most important financial skills in life, because happiness is not always connected to constant accumulation. Sometimes peace comes from appreciating what already exists. The inability to stop can become dangerous. History is filled with wealthy people who lost everything because they wanted more and more endlessly. Contentment creates peace, and peace is often more valuable than endless ambition. Wealth is often quiet. The world celebrates flashy success, but real wealth is usually quiet. Discipline is quiet, saving is quiet, investing is quiet, patience is quiet. Many wealthy people live simple lives because sustainable wealth is built slowly through consistency and smart decisions, not through constant attention and luxury. The book reminds readers that appearances can be misleading. Some people who look wealthy are deeply in debt, while some people who look ordinary quietly possess enormous financial freedom. Real wealth rarely needs constant validation. Fear and financial decisions. Fear shapes many financial choices: fear of losing money, fear of missing opportunities, fear of failure. During uncertain times, emotions often overpower logic. People panic, they make impulsive decisions, they focus only on short-term survival. But the book explains that successful investors and financially intelligent people learn to remain calm during chaos. Emotional control becomes a major advantage. The ability to stay calm while others panic creates opportunity. This is why mindset matters so much. Financial success is often psychological before it becomes mathematical. Modern relevance. The psychology of money feels more relevant today than ever before. Social media constantly pressures people to compare themselves to unrealistic lifestyles. People chase appearances instead of stability, quick success instead of sustainable growth. But the book reminds readers that true financial success is deeply personal. It's not about impressing strangers online. It's about building a meaningful, peaceful, and secure life. Technology has changed the world, but human psychology remains the same. Fear, greed, ego, comparison. These emotions still shape financial behavior every day. Understanding them creates awareness, and awareness creates better decisions. Final lessons. At its core, the psychology of money is not really about money. It's about behavior, patience, discipline, humility, consistency, emotional control. The book teaches readers that financial success is less about complicated formulas and more about making smart decisions consistently over long periods of time. Perhaps the most important lesson is this: money gives people freedom, and freedom is one of the most valuable things a human being can possess. The ability to control your time, the ability to make choices without fear, the ability to live peacefully. That is true wealth. Conclusion. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this summary of the psychology of money, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Peace Mind, and turn on notifications for more fascinating book summaries and powerful life lessons. And remember, building wealth is not about looking rich. It's about building freedom, peace, and long-term security. See you in the next video. Peace.